Is this even on? That's weird. Oh, it's all black. Well, why would that be it? Interesting. Primary monitor. Okay. How odd. Hello. How's it going? Good to see you. Slightly different camera location today. How's my audio? Spotify looks like might be a bit loud. Let me know if the music's too loud. Ah, my goodness. What a day I've had. A day of documentation at work. So it's nice to have something different to do in the evening. Let's hide some of this. I've reorganised my windows and I've realised they're not how I like them. That's a good start. And I don't even have Visual Studio open, which is horrific. So let's get that open in the traditional way of finding a script and double clicking on it. Ooh, this is quite interesting. There's a lot of errors being thrown up and I've only just opened the project. Curious. I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure that's all okay. How is everyone doing today? It's Tuesday. I hope your week is going well. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Mine is going okay. I had last week off, dealing with a lot of stuff, life stuff last week. So it's nice to get back to work, even though they have given me a lot of documentation to do. This evening, I'm going to be working on doing polishing, lots of polishing. I had a play test run last night and the play test went rather well. There was no big issues. There was nothing on fire. And that's really what I want. Everyone managed to connect. I was playtesting through the Steam API. So I had a friend who ran as a host. I ran as a client, and that was quite important because I wanted to see what was going on. YouTube is telling me that it's a little bit low bit rate. Well, I'm afraid I can't change that now that we're running. Never mind, I'll get that sorted for next time. Sorry if it's a bit fuzzy. Sorry, my internet's normally powerful enough. Should hope it is. Anyway, so last night did some playtesting. A friend ran as a host, so I ran as a client, and that's the best thing to do because when I test normally, I'm both host and client because I'm just playing one player. But when I play with friends, I like to go on as the client. Dual wielded, man. If you're 5 minutes out, I could have raided you. Next time, sir. Frankly, I had a bit of a faff. Getting this started. All of the stream keys had changed, so I was. Thanks YouTube, thanks Twitch. I'll just go and dig those out and put new ones in. Brilliant. Not particularly useful. I really enjoyed. Oh, okay, that's nice, DW. Have a good evening. If you don't, thanks for dropping in. And I really enjoyed your stream, mate. It's always good fun. I love watching you do art. It's awesome. There's such great humour. Anyway, you have a good night. I hope to catch you later if I'm still on. So the play test was good. Yeah, I love your work, mate. You know that. So the play test was good, and there wasn't anything like client dropouts or like horrendous pipes exploding everywhere type bugs. There was none of that, and that was lovely. So but there were some things. There was a list of things, and I'll see if I can find this easily. Here's a list of all the stuff on the to-do list, and most of these came in from last night. So there needs to be a borderless window setting, quite reasonable thing to do. Menus are very wide in ultra wide. Both of my playtesters use ultra wide monitors. Fair enough. Although that seems a little bit sort of extreme, I think a lot of my target market will have quite extreme setups. So that's okay. You know, I don't think it's a lot of work to make it look okay on ultra wide. So we do that. I've got a weird bug where if you're a client and you hit escape twice, then it quits. I think I might have to put that to the bottom because I'm going to have to run up number of clients on this machine. I'm not sure it's going to handle running lots of clients and OBS and all the gadgetry that I've got going on at the moment. So we won't do that one this evening. A fire sprite counter on the boiler. It's not really a bug, but that's a nice feature. So you know how many fire sprites have gone in. And that's associated with this one below it. There was a problem with the counter and the number of fire sprites going in. Also, one of my friends managed to get a fire sprite to go through the mesh collider, and at which point I think it was just kind of lost to the world. So I need to make sure the catcher does something sensible. The quest picture needs updating. Again, that's for another day. That's just me messing around with Photoshop. No one wants to see that. Placing the quest needs a highlight. That's probably something we can do tonight. Speed up the delete particles. Yes, I'll show you what that means in a minute. That's nice and easy to do. We can wang that one out. Tool inventory return is too slow. I think we could probably play with that one. I think I know what that is. Move that up a bit. Oh yes, red. This is a bug. That's one we can do. Probably there. Red needle on the. This needs to. Copied. Don't want to copy that. The red needle on the Clomper needs to follow the periscope. I thought it was. I think it's broken. Anyway, we can fix that one. That really won't take very long. Hello, I've just clicked on the wrong thing. So this is what you've got to do. You've got to keep track of all the feedback you get. So no matter where it comes from, even if you don't entirely agree with it, collect it and then work out how quickly you want to fix it. In this case, some of these need to be fixed pretty quickly. And then, once I've fixed a whole bunch of these over the next few days, I'm then going to be starting to organise the closed beta on the Discord, where I'll be sending out some keys for free to the general populace and also some friends, and we'll see if we can get some more feedback on how it plays. Oh, it's quite scary. There's a couple of big ones in here as well, but so let's start off with the speeding up of the delete particles. Let's have a look at the red needle bug. Finishing a quest should be more impressive. That's definitely a thing needs doing. Yeah, and the update regression test list, we'll do that another time. Quest picture, Clomper reset makes it go bang. Oh yeah, that was a weird one. That shouldn't happen, but I don't think we'd do that one. Oh, and this one's a weird one, creeping away from initial position. Maybe not tonight, because I think that means I need to read some do tween documentation. Again, not great for streaming. Mr. Shroud, how are you doing? Hello, Zooted. Oh, you're cooking dinner. I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, I've just started. I know this is very late. It's very late for everybody, particularly my friends in Europe, for whom it's 10:30, and many of them are tucked up with their cocoa at this point. So I will try and get on earlier in the future. Just tonight was a little extra. I'll be honest, an 8-year-old child was trying to crush my head. That was the reason I was a bit late on. And then I had to get my tea and everything. I hope what are you cooking for dinner this evening, Zooted? Something nice? You send me some way? I've had plenty to eat. Right, so let's begin with the speed up delete particles. And the reason I'm really keen to show you this, because this is actually a new thing. Let's go into the game. We don't need most of this stuff, so let's make it a bit bigger. I really this. There's some new stuff you're going to see. If you've been on the Discord, then you might have seen some of this. You might have seen a few of these things, but I've been trying to make the feeling of the creation of pipes and the deletion of pipes, which is a lot of what you do in this. It's not everything. Why is this taking so long? Give me strength. Come on, mate. You normally only take a few seconds. So the creation and the deletion of pipes just hasn't felt great. And that's partly because it doesn't sound great, but mostly because it doesn't look great. The sounds I can come back to, but I need the look. So watch this. You'll like this. If I come over to here and I want to make a pipe, I'm going to connect from this boiler over to here, and I hold down. Oh, look at that. Oh, I really enjoyed doing this. So you'll see that the sparkles run around on the pipe. Look at them run around on the surface of the pipe. And to do that, I'm using something called SDF. which I mostly understand. But there is a moment where you have to set up the particles and you just have to rely on the magic. You just go, okay, I understand enough. Now let the system do magic. And it works for any type of pipe. Oh, hello, Bernie, you all right? And it works for any type of pipe. So this is a big one over here. It's got its own SDF. It's very clever. I do love that. And then there's and the particles will stay on the pipe just for a moment afterwards. So great. Now deleting the pipes, similar kind of deal. If I click delete, then you get some lovely particles as it deletes away. But it stays on for a bit too long. It's not so bad if I just do one, but if I'm deleting a whole bunch of pipes like that, then the ghost outline of them, it's a bit too much. It needs to be a bit more like it's gone. I like the fact that they're there. You know, it looks fine when they get deleted. No, oh, I've just clicked the wrong button. There we go. So it looks fine that they're deleted, but they just hang around for just a bit too long. I think that's particularly obvious when they're things that are larger, because you get all of these sort of ghost particles hanging about. So let's fix that. That's a nice and easy thing to do to start with. And for that, I need to pop into the project. Quickest way to find anything is to search, and I'm looking for the pipe VFX. Searching assets. Oh, I wrote pipe. That'll be why. That's the level of my dev this evening. I'm going to be writing pie instead of pipe. I'm looking to SDF after I never heard of it. Happy deving. Have a good evening. Thank you very much, Suited. And thank you for sharing that awesome text earlier. SDFs are wicked, but yeah, make your brain go sideways. I've not got any special plugins. This is all available inside Unity. If you're back on a bit later, I'll show you how they work, because it's not so hard. Cool. So where it's all happening is inside this VFX thing. We're going to get the VFX graph up here, which is not. I mean, that looks pretty shocking. Don't be scared by this. Okay, it looks much worse than it actually is. All of these things are a lot of things that are duplicated. They're all the same thing over and over again. So you might be able to tell that a lot of this looks very similar. It's because it's just copied, which isn't wise. But we can come over here, and I've labelled them all. So we've got the burst. That's the thing that happens at the end. We've got the skin, which is all the particles running around on the skin of the pipe, and then we've got the stream of particles that go from the tool to the pipe, and then the last one over here on the end is the delete pipe, and we've got this lifetime here, which is between 2 and 3 seconds, and I think that's probably a bit long. So let's cut it right down. I like to do this sometimes where I reduce things a lot. We can actually save this, run the game up, and then keep playing with it. Oh, I usually dev with using 3 or 4 monitors, so it feels a bit weird. Which one's that window? There we go. Feels a bit weird just using one, albeit quite large monitor. So I'm sorry if I spend a lot of time moving windows around. I can't help it. It's like a nervous affliction. I've got a different camera position now, and I hope it's going to be better. So I've got my main monitor. If I'm looking this way, I'm looking at my main monitor, and then over here I have chat. So when I'm looking out of the screen, as far as you're concerned, I'm looking at the chat window. So yeah, it's new to me, but it's not a particularly new thing. Right, let's make a bunch of pipes and let's delete them, and let's see. Oh, I've just done it again. See, they're much faster to disappear. I think that's better. I think it possibly could be a bit faster. Let's make it a touch pass, because the thing is, you want to... Ooh. I think I am just rubbish at clicking buttons this evening. So let's say you're saying, oh no, that's not what I want. Oh no, I want that in there. And then, oh, I'm changing that. And then I want that on. You kind of want the particles out of the way if you're chopping and changing your mind a lot. So that's why. Now what we could do here is, even though the game is running, we can reduce the life. That's the burst. Not the burst, the delete. The burst is the big kind of fireworky after the pipe is made. Let's reduce this down to 1 and let's save that. It's just going to recompile that one bit. The game's still running, so I should just be able to delete that. Ooh, and it's a bit faster, even more. Cool. Cool, that seems to be working nicely. Okay. Could get away with it even being shorter. Even shorter. It's supposed to give you a feeling of deletion, of something occurring. Doesn't need to be all that impressive. Let's make a few. Let's delete a few. Oh, that's a lot faster. That's probably what I'm after, actually. Let's just let the particles settle down. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, fantastic. Cool. That's the first thing done. I started with an easy one. I always like to start with an easy one. It just gets you going, gets you in the mood. Right, now I'm going to show you the very clunky way in which I save my work. So the game, you know, it's saved. I'm going to do a Control Shift F to make Control S to save everything, and then, but that doesn't save things into source control. Let's see what we got coming on. Okay, so that's the pipe VFX, and there's project settings because I probably moved something, and then the layouts, which it seems to be obsessed with committing. So I'll do that. So we're going to add everything, and then we're going to commit. And we have a number for this ticket. Oh, this is the one we're working on. Is 829. Sped up. Oh no, it's a pipes should disappear quickly when deleted. Fixes 829. Now this message is quite important, and that's because it's going to give me a history of why I did certain things. This should tell me why I've made the change. I've made this change because pipes should disappear quickly when deleted. It's kind of obvious for this one, but for others, you know, you have to be careful how you write these messages, these commit messages. And if I push that up, what will happen is this ticket here will come over onto the right hand side, and we get on with the next one, which is a bug. Buggy bug bug. There you go, it's moved over. Cool, this next one. Right, for that we can close that off because we're not going to be using that for the moment. And let's pop in and see if I can reproduce this. It could be that this is a client problem. It may not happen on the host. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to load in a test pipe network. Oh, I hadn't done that since I've done the Sparks. That looks quite cool. Right, so here's a test pipe network. We have all of the boilers linked up. We have this very high pipe here. This is not a good layout. Don't build this layout. The reason it's not good is because you have pipes near the floor, and if you can avoid it, you should not have that, because it's quite a pain to be running around and then running into pipes all the time, particularly for things like the map. That's a very bad idea. You should try and get your pipes all up in the sky so they're out of your way. That's a top tip for pipe builders amongst you. Cool. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the periscope over here. I bet this is a client thing. I bet we won't be able to reproduce it. So what we have here is we turn the periscope round to look outside. We can look at our own massive bum. There's the back of the Clomper. And then round to the front. If we come back round this way, let's say that we point the periscope to the east, due east. You can see that the whole headset has moved round there. So if I put it around to due west, the headset should go around to due west, all the way around. Lovely. And there you go, now it's pointing that way. So if I now come over here, the red marker is pointing in the right direction. Ah, so this might be a client and a server thing. Is that correct? So it's about 270. It's still not quite right. It's still not quite right, you know, because Right, let's turn the clomper so we're not pacing. Because if you're facing north and south, then it behaves differently. So we're just going to get the clomper on the turn. So here we go. You can see that the... Yeah, that should be moving. That should be moving because the compass heading of this is now moving. So if we get it round to the front again, I think I have just reproduced this. So it's still pointing that way. So what's this red marker pointing at? I don't know. We should find someone who coded this. Well, I don't even know. Ooh. What is the red marker pointing at? Right. There is a place that we can find out, and it's called the code. So let's stop that. Place I like to start with this usually is the con. Le con. And it will be, I think it will be one of these in here. It will be, it's not in here at all. Why not? That's curious. Okay, let's go the other way then. So let's go in from here. Oh, that's a bit fast. Oh, come on, Unity. You can do it. Right. That's the marker there. Periscope direction. See? I told you it's periscope direction. Let's find all the references. Find all the references. 1-1 lion. Good evening to you. How are you? Hope you're well. It's good to see you. Thanks for popping in. That's lovely. Right, okay, we're bug fixing right now. I've got a thing here that isn't moving. You're doing fantastic. Hope well, so I'm really well. And yeah, it's been a good day, and I'm glad you're doing really well. That's great to hear. Good to see you, 1-1. Right, so this here bug, periscope direction. What calls it? Commonly, it can't be that many things. So the periscope probably has a reference to it. Periscope box. Periscope direction. Ah, there we go. That's the script that'll have it in there. Hello. Periscope box. Periscope box script. Oh, Copilot, go away. Not interested. Not yet. Cool. Okay, so the Clomper direction rotation. What? Clomper target. What? Which one's which? What? Clomper direction. Clomper direction needle. Clomper direction needle. That's not the same thing though, is it? No, no, no. That is not the same thing. Compass. Compass is not the same thing. That's the Clomper direction needle. We want the other one. There are two needles. Loads of needles all over the place. There's this one. This is the one we want. Find the references in the scene. Is that a reference to that? Really? You're joking. Can't be in there. That would be bonkers. No. Must be on here. Periscope. Ah, periscope direction. On the periscope. Periscope script. I just clicked on the wrong one. That's it. Scaffles! Hello, Lewis! Lovely to see you. What is happening? Bug fixing is happening. Had a good play test last night, dear boy. Really good play test with my friends. They broke a few things. Had some great feedback. But generally, it held together. Even the netcode held together. And it was all running through Steam and everything. Bodes well for a Discord playtest in the not distant future. But I've got some things to fix. So, the con periscope marker. That's perfectly named, actually, to be fair. That is exactly the fine thing. And how's your day been, Skeffels? Have you been having a lovely one, mate? Work treating you well? So, oh, okay. What is this? Okay. What have I done here? What have I done here? So it turns, applies rotation around the Z-axis. Applies the rotation. What? What? That's... What? Oh, well, it kind of does want to do the same thing as... Or does it? Ah, or could this be that I changed its parent? And if I change its parent, is that why it doesn't work anymore? No, it's parented to something that doesn't move. Fine, okay, it's not that then. Good, thanks. Just a lot of overrun meetings. Typical stuff. Wow. My goodness. Well, I'm sorry about that, dear boy. You know, sometimes they're just necessary to have, unfortunately, meetings. They're, you know, I hope you have a nice clear run ahead of you so you can really get your head in. Because the best kind of developer I find is those that are left well alone. And you just give them very clear instructions. And you give them access to the people that can answer questions. And then they go fast. And if you don't have those things. No, I don't think that's happening for a while. Are you in a design phase at the moment then? You are... or are you, have you now risen to the ranks where you are just creating a lot of documentation for everyone else to use? Oh, right. Moving from GitHub to GitLab, right. No, I can understand there's plenty of business reasons to do that. We're staying with GitHub at the moment because of all our build chain is on there. It makes it quite sticky. I'm not too happy with that. We're going to move to AWS run all of our builds soon. Just because it makes more sense. It's all going to Docker, so there's no point GitHub doing that. DevOps had a brilliant idea to move it. I don't think they know my team use Bitbucket as well. Ah, right. Will you consolidate, move everything over onto GitLab when you when they have that set up? It's tricky though, Scarefuls. This is no company has this right. Right, we're all still trying to figure out the best way. So, yeah, I'm sorry having to go through that though. That's it's icky. Only if we decide we like GitLab. Ah, right. Use my last place and didn't gel with you. Okay, okay. Right. Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah, they all have their problems, don't they? They all have their problems. They don't have the problems like we had in the olden days, though, where the database that held all the code would corrupt if two people tried to write to it. Thank you, Visual Source Safe. Visual Source Safe has entered the chat and it's set everything on fire, which is nice. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do this time is I'm half tempted to set. Part of me wants, I know this is going to be called an update. Yeah, okay. If the owner, what? Well, that's not right, is it? Can't be just the owner that turns it. What? What? Okay, I have to now use my... Wasn't intending on fixing anything that needed my brain. First source control was Turtle SVN, and that was a fairly good one to start with, Lewis. Now, I'd accept that as a reasonable start. I mean, the whole checking out thing, there's a lot to be said for that, you know. I think I don't think I'd want to do it now that we've all got used to Git. And yeah, I do prefer Git. I've not used GitLab in a long time, so I don't know how well it's set up these days. I've been gone GitHub for most of the time, but I do appreciate people wanting to move off. There are lots of fair reasons to move off GitHub. Yeah, we're just all locked in. I couldn't justify the cost of it. It's not upsetting any of the information security bods, so we'll stick with it for now. Okie dokie. So the periscope is doing this turn thing, and this is the bit I think this is. Oh, okay. So the com marker is this. Oh, is this the reason it's different? This might be the reason. Okay, so the periscope over here. Periscope? Can't see it. Periscope, periscope, periscope. There it is. The periscope has a network object on it. Cool. That it should, because it. And then the headset, which is the thing that turns, that has a client network transform. Okay, so that means that mofo will turn whenever I think I'm seeing it. So this headset, right, I think I know what this is now. I think I figured it out. Oh, Fabik. Oh, hello, welcome. I imagine that's Fabik who's been over on Discord. Thank you for all of the gifted subs. That's extremely nice. Oh, super. And look at the fine people that you've subbed in there. I didn't realise it would become a whole rant. Well, you're welcome to rant, Lewis. This is a friendly place for ranting, and it's fair enough. Oh, I'm unlocking pipes watching you on Twitch. You are. Unfortunately, not spendable in the game. Exactly. Not yet, anyway. Right. So if I can speak this problem out loud, that might help me solve it. So if I come under here, imagine that I am now on. I should be able to turn that. This turns, and this definitely tracks with all of the clients, and this now tracks. But now I don't think I'm the owner. Am I turning? Ah, so that is now sort of doing probably what it should do. It should be pointing to about 072 degrees. Ish. It's ish pointing to 072 degrees. Okay. So let's try turning the other way. Maybe it was the other way that it didn't like going. I think it's just a matter of it just not updating the position. It only updates the position when you're in it. No, that does seem to be working correctly. Okay, this is a client server issue. The way that we test for that, I could use multiplayer play mode, but I actually made it crash the other day. So let's run up two of the same version that I tested with. Thank you for taking the time to test the game. Oh no, you're welcome, Fabi. Thank you so much for the gifted subscriptions. That's absolutely extraordinary of you. Thank you. And yeah, you keep posting your links in there, and we'll see if we can figure out what's gone squirrely with your game. There's something I've never seen a build that's got a black screen. That is weird. I'll be honest, but we'll figure it out together. Between me, you, and the others on Discord, we'll check it out. All right, okay, I can't do it if I do it this way. I can't just press F11 because I've not implemented that. Okay, so graphics, we want to do not full screen, and we'll apply that. No, some things Unity does just really easily, and that's one of them. Fair play to it. Okay. All the fans are switched on my computer. Sorry if you can hear that. It's like a turbo jet taking off. So we're going to run up two clients. If anything's going to make the stream crash, it's this. So here we go. We've got two clients just to prove that this is properly multiplayer. We've got the host over on the left-hand side, and we're going to load up our standard pipe network. Look at all the lovely sparks. Oi, Bernie, get out of the way. Cool. Okay, now. And then we're going to come over here, and then we're going to... Oh, hang on a minute. No, I've got to start again. Oh, dear. I've got to quit Steam. And the reason I have to quit Steam is that it assumes that it's running inside Steam. Because in most cases, people run inside Steam. I'm going through your log file. Oh, jolly good, Fabi. Good luck with that. And I'll go back to stream. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Zach, hello. Lovely to see you. Hope you're keeping well. I'm bug hunting, and I think I know what it is now. I think it's a desync error, because they always are. This is why multiplayer takes for ages, because you get bugs There's nothing really necessarily wrong with the game. It's just things aren't staying in sync. So the bug is, come in here, open up the periscope. What? Why is that not capturing the... I haven't rebound that key, have I? No, it's just a bit out of my reach. Super. So I've opened up the periscope, and if I come in here, and I can move this around, yada yada, come back here. Oh, if I move this around rather, no, go in, and to northwest, then the red marker on here moves in the same way, round to northwest. Lovely. Okay. Now, I'm going to join with another client. Have I got a second one open? Lovely. If you come in here, play, join. And it's 127, that's the own computer. And then port 777 is the default. Is my computer going to explode? Doesn't look like it yet. Okay, if I just hit the escape key. Lovely. So we've got 2 players. We've got nice and nice. It's fine. Yes. So 2 players called nice. We've got the host over on this side, and we've got the client over on this side. For those of you who've done any mods, but oh look, this is not come up. Ooh, is there anything else? Ooh, loads of the animations haven't synced. That's curious. Okay, well there's another bug. Is this going to blow up? Is this only on this one? Or is this on both of them? No, that's hot as well. It's fine. Okay. Ah, that's curious. I may have to pause in a moment to say goodnight to a small person who's going to knock on my door. But I'll only be gone for the 30 seconds it takes for her to crush my head. Because that's what she does now, it would seem. Okay, so we got stuff isn't syncing. So we're going to do, I'm not going to look into that now, but I'm going to add an item. Open, close animations not on map, periscope on late client joining. Again, that's just a multiplayer thing. And yeah, I think I know what that is. I don't think there's an animation. You have to put a special component on things where you want them to sync. And I don't think I have an animation one on those particular stations, and that'll be it. That's probably also what's happening down here, because you'll notice on the client here there should be things moving under the floor there. So we'll come over on this one. There's stuff moving under the floor. There you go. Oh, let's just minimize that. So you can see it on the host on the left hand side. Oh no, got too many windows. You see it on the host on the left hand side, but you can't see it on the client. That's another bug. I know about that one. It's in the list. Cool. Okay, so this is actually on, but it's not synced on, so I'll just have to do that over there. Now, the direction of the headset is correct. That is correct. But the red marker is wrong. Haha. Okay. The red marker is wrong, because the red marker is only moved when the owner moves it. Now, to test my theory, if I come over here as the client now, I'm not the host, I'm the client, and I move it so it's northeast, then that'll be correct for me, because that's where I moved it. It's now over on... Oh, it's all gone very badly wrong now. I don't think it's on the southeast. Still think that's pointing northeast. Oh, let's go. So it's directly northeast. So it should be, the red marker should be pointing northeast. It's not. It's pointing east. Oh yes. This is a sync issue. This is 2 things fighting for control. Is this also pointing the same way as that point? It's completely different. Look. It's not on that one at all. Haha. It's pointing northwest. Oh, don't you just love sync bugs? They're like the worst. Okay. So, it has a mind of its own. And I like things having a mind of its own, Zach. And I think that's a good thing. I think lots of things should more have a mind of its own. Good Lord, this looks kind of tricky on the stream, doesn't it? Because it's just windows everywhere, all over the place. Okay, so I've got two options. I can either make this little red thing synchronize itself and make sure it's synchronized across all the clients. But there's a very special property of this red thing, and that's that it should really be pointing in much the same direction as this. So if this is pointing, this headset is pointing to the, what's that, northeast, then this should also be pointing to northeast. So my second option is just to make it follow them. Just follow it on the client and not have it synchronized. Usually that's easier. Usually. So let's see if we can make it do that. So the reason it's not being, so this turn is only called when, this is too big a class already, is when it's the owner. And that's not really necessary. Let's instead have it set. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? This turn gone, there it is. So this line here is where the marker gets moved. So it's really taking the velocity and direction and then just minusing it. So I can probably take the headset transform. This might not work. Okay, because I'm thinking that this is the same thing as, we'll put it down here, this is the same as doing headset. That's the thing that you put your head in. Transform, probably the Euler. Let's go a bit wild here. Let's go headset, transform, Euler angles, and then let's just go minus. Now the reason that's okay to do is because this one will always be 0 because it never rotates in X, and this one will also be 0. So minus 0 is still 0. So I'm going to take that out of there and we can just stick it up in update. Stick it in update. So if it's not on, return. If it is on, do we always want it to move? We always want it to move because it will always only ever move if it's turned. So that's fine. Stick it in there. What is this? Is this what? What? Oh, Bit Gamey. Hello, Lee. How are you doing, mate? It's great to see you. You are my favourite Bit Gamey, and it's lovely to have you on. Thank you for coming in. I'm bug fixing. I'm not too shabby, thanks. How are you doing? I'm doing very well. I may be pausing momentarily. I'm waiting for a small person to come up and say goodnight, but that'll only take 30 seconds. Yeah, I've just noticed that I updated Visual Studio recently, and now GitHub Copilot is trying to suggest that I do things. It wants me to vibe code, and what it's written is nonsense. We make allowances for small people. Yes, we do. Yes, indeed. Frankly, at this time of night, it's 10 past 10. They just want to say goodnight. They want to get to bed. They're done for the day. They've been tearing around the neighbourhood. I'm not going to accept that, Copilot, because that is nonsense. That would not help me at all. However, this might fix the bug. But to be able to test it, I do actually have to make a quick old build. And I've got a build profile here. I'm going to build and run it. Select my standard test build folder. And I'm going to save that. It's forever changing the scene file. Slightly concerning. Okay. Yes, it's getting late for me. That's right. It's a long day when I stream. I wanted to start earlier, Lee, except the same 8-year-old was crushing my head in the way that only a child can crush the head of a grown man by jumping on it. So, still. Could have been worse, he says. Good Lord, this builds much quicker than it used to be. Here it goes. Chug, 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 chug. Or it could take a lot longer than this. It's the problem. I must get multiplayer play mode working again. I think it just needs a package update. I made it crash quite badly and it took everything out and then ate a load of memory on my machine. So I ended up doing the old factory reset using the button. Oh, it's running the burst compiler now. That's curious. I didn't think I had anything that warranted burst compilers. Right, and I have this little white line down the side. I might try and get rid of that later. So let's play. Let's hit that in new. And here's a brand new game, staring up at the sky. And let's do this one as well. Let's have a client. Play, and we're going to join. The joining locations are all over the shop. I'm not sure I care enough to fix it though. Cool. Oh yes, and we've got the wow wow problem as well. That should be fun. We got this great bug. I'll show you this because it makes me laugh every time. So if I come into the options and I just set my name to something nice, like this, and then I quit out of the options and I start wandering around again. See, it's actually taking my text input, my movement input in. It's just brilliant. It's not cancelling the. It's not cancelling. It's just. And the thing is I thought I fixed this. I thought I'd fixed this like a week and a half ago when I did a play test for my son. He found it, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll do that. I'll get that sorted. It's just great. And you go, oh, it works. It happens on the client as well. So you come and go, I'm not wah 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 wah. No, I'm not. My name is Nice Rob. That's what they call me. Sure, that's what they call me. And then I quit out of there, and then I start wandering around. Oh, now it's not doing it this time. Ooh. So there's something about the key option press that I'm doing. Is it that it's still highlighted? Oh no, it's not. See, this is intermittent issues are the best bit gaming. You're absolutely right. But yeah, I'm sure it is a bug. I'm sure it was happening to all the clients the other day. And I'm not. I'll figure it out at some point. I'm not too worried about it. It would be something I'm doing that's silly, for sure. I'll figure it out. It's all right. Cool. Okay. So now with the client, I'm gonna stand the client right next to him. What we should see is this is quite difficult to line up. This red marker in the little tiny red marker should show you where the periscope is at. No, it is not moving. But the headset is probably moving. Oh, hello. So if I come back over to here, oh, that's interesting. Running two clients gets a little bit confused about who's in control. So if I come over here and I watch the headset and I go in, right, so this is where I'm getting confused now. So on the client on the right hand side here, that's the client. Host is on the left. Host goes into the headset, gets pushed under, and then as the host moves, lovely, look at the headset moving. Exactly what you want to do on the client. Fantastic. But over here, the red needle has not synchronized. That was the code I just changed. Did I save the file? Yeah, I saved the file. That's kind of weird. Okay, I'd have expected that to work. It's in the right place on the host. I'm not putting a transform sync on there. That's a waste. It's not independent of anything. It's not. It should move. Right. Okay, so sticking it in here, that did not work. Oh, okay. That would be why. If I looked at all my logic in this ugly, huge update method, it's too big, this update method. That's the problem that I'm having. Because what it was doing, it was coming in here and it's saying, if the player isn't underneath it, which will be the local player, then just return. Just bounce out. So We need it to always work. Fine, fine, okay. If I read my own code properly, rather than showing off, then it would have worked. Let's run another build. Have I just run build in Visual Studio? Well, there's a... That won't work at all, will it? That's a force of habit for you. Let's build and run again. Stick it in the build folder. I don't know why it always asks me that. I wish you could just go, no, always put it in. Just put it in there. It'll be fine. It doesn't need to be anywhere else. Ooh. Okay. Come on, best compiler. But also runs it. Build and run does that, but also runs it. Yes. So build won't ask you. Rightio. I don't mind too much, but it just seems a bit weird to me. Because I set the folder. Just put it in there. I'm going to overwrite it. It's fine. Okay, so host on the left-hand side. Let's see if I can actually fix this thing. And then client is going to join on the right-hand side. Go. Right. Oh yes, and we need to load a generic pipe network. Boof. And then this is all hanging together extremely well this evening. Oh yeah, I don't want him to move. No, because that would have been the bug. Okay, you need to stare at this. I don't think photo mode works on the client at the moment. Oh, I've fallen in the pit again. Who designed that? Right, okay, here we go. I'm going to go northwest. Will it move? Right, now I know what that is. Because I should be setting the rotation. That's fantastic. That's not working. As you can see, the red marker's gone berserk. It doesn't need to be that clever. I'm using the wrong method. It's fine. It's fine. I can do something much simpler than that. I can set the Euler rotation to Euler angles. You do it that way? We do it that way. Do it that way. That's fine. And this is why I need multiplayer play mode working again, because it's much faster to run up. Don't have to do a build. Build and run. Off you go. So yeah, I was quite pleased with the playtest all in all. I mean, there was a moment at the start where I got it quite badly wrong. The way I've set up the playtest at the moment is I have an alpha branch and I have the main branch, and I'd forgotten that I had to tell my friends the secret passcode, which is very secret, and it's really hard to not blurt it out loud, but to tell my friends a secret password so they could get access to the usually very broken alpha branch, but I hadn't given it to them, so they're going, well, it doesn't connect. So they were running a really old build that was just thoroughly broken. So I learned a thing there. Got to be careful with your branches when you're setting them up in Steam. It's a really good thing. You just need to remember that they exist. Right, play. I'm going to join in here. Go. Yeah, all the Steam joining stuff worked, and yeah, I was quite happy with that. Yeah, we might fix that in a minute, because that's quite distressing that doesn't work. Okay, so over we come. I'm coming in as the host. Turn to northwest. There it goes! Yay! Woohoo! And it runs then we, and we can come all the way around. And we will be pausing for the ad break. I've got a new bot. I've got a lot of new things going on this stream this evening. Steam joining and hosting working is huge. Yes, thank you, Zach. It was a bit of a struggle at first, but possibly because I chose to do it straight against the Steamworks.net API rather than doing an asset. Oh, you struggled too? Yes. Yeah. Yes, you would know. I think because I went against Steamworks.net and not used an asset, I made a rod from my own back on that one. You struggled to succeed. Yeah. Did you stick with it? Is it still joined through Steam, or are you using Relay, some other Relay service? Because I might put another Relay service in. because Steam is okay, but if I want to put it on any other stores, I'm sort of stuck. If that's the only way you can play multiplayer is through Steam initially. But you can play this single player. It works perfectly well, but it's quite hard work. You have to do a lot of work if you're playing a single player. But that bug is dead. It is a dead bug. Ooh. Okay. What was, and that's good, that's only one file that we've changed. I haven't changed anything. 828. So get unit. We're going to why are we doing this? The con periscope periscope direction needle must follow the headset. Must follow the headset on client. I put on client on the end to remind myself that this was a sync issue. It's important to remind future Rob that this one. Both Steam Relay and Digital Direct IP port forwarding. Ah, lovely. So you're doing the same thing as me. Although at the moment my default's to Steam. I think I might change that. Perhaps not for beta. I think for beta I'm just going to say, please everyone, just use the Steam, join your friends type malarkey. Cool. Okay. I've not got... You've got lobbies though, haven't you, Zach? Am I right? We're going to hold off. We're going to hold off. For those of you that aren't subbed, we're just going to hold off for the ads to play. Oh, am I nearly out of drink? Almost. Oh. Oh, that was somewhat fortuitous. Small person came up to say goodnight while the ads were running. That's good. So you Steam lobbies, yeah. Yeah, well that's a level of complexity I don't have to deal with, but I hope they weren't too painful for you. And yeah, it feels like it's more complicated than it should be, the whole joining Steam and so forth. And it also feels like Unity should have it built in, right? Because how many Unity games are released on Steam? And I just feel like it should be more of a tick box that Unity should just supply. And I shouldn't have to really use my brain. And I did have to use my brain. Not a fan. All right. Oh dear, I didn't write fixes. I should have fixed it, okay. Fixed in 91184BD. And close. Lovely. That one now works. God, that's 2 things I've fixed this evening already. That's not bad going. Welcome back from the ads. I was just doing a touch of admin and I said goodnight to my daughter, who is now heading off hopefully to go to sleep for the next hour, fingers crossed. I've also got a new drink, so I'm now Robbie 2 Drinks. Fantastic. Rubytron. Ah, hello! Can't stay here for long, but I wish you a good stream and fun developing. Thank you so much, Rubytron. That's very kind. Yeah, things are going rather well. I've fixed 2 things so far this evening, and I'm probably about to jump into something that's really quite awful. But thank you. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. It's much appreciated. Okay, righty. The next one that we're going to try. Let's do this one that we found earlier today, actually. Let's turn this into an issue. I need an issue because I need a number to attach things. I'm going to assign it to myself, which just amuses me. It's not actually necessary at all. But let's do this one. My machine does seem to be able to run client and host. Right. Now, if I have a look at the map. The map is my friend because it was the first thing I ever put into the game. So it's kind of the most basic. So it has an animator on it, but it doesn't have... Does it not have a... What? Does it not have a... Is this not synchronized at all? What? Surely not. It's a station. All the stations are network behavior. So where is the network object? Can I just not see it? What? Oh, is it just inheriting this one? Okay, so I've got a network object on the Clomper, and therefore I probably don't need it on each one of the stations. I just need a network animator. Okay. I would have thought I'd have a network animator already on the periscope, but I do not. But I do have a network object there. Curious. There's a lot going on here, isn't there? I don't really like the order of this. Let's change the order. This is unnecessary, but it's tidy. The box collider no one cares about. But there is no network animator on here. That would make absolute sense. And this one probably doesn't have a network animator on it at all either. Right, I wonder if I stick a network animator on here on the top level, can I just link them all up? Network animator. Animator. No, just one. Fine. Don't let me do the simple thing then. Okay. Ooh, did I not do damage for T-boiler either? Got around. You need an issue? I got issues. Happy to give you one. Oh, thank you, 1-1. That's very kind. If you need to share, then that's all good. Let me know. DM me. Zach, gotta have a good evening. Clomper run. Gotta run. Have a good evening, Clomper Deving. Thanks, Zach. Thanks for popping in. Lovely to see you, mate. Lovely to see you. Always good to have one of the old school joining us here. We have a face like this calling other people old school is somewhat ridiculous. Yeah, thanks, Zach. Thank you for using my own face against me. Much appreciated. Rubytron, do you by any chance have some sort of community like Discord I could join? Yes! Yes! The answer is yes. 1 second. I just realised you're asking over on YouTube, so I can't use my nice little commands, but no problem, give me a mo. I do. It should be in the profile of the YouTube channel, Ruby. Otherwise, let me just grab the link. Invite. I don't have a link that's easy to hand, so hang on a second. I'll copy that. It's not really secret. That should do on both, hopefully. That's posted in both. There's the link to the Discord. I've got 99 problems, but something ain't one. Yes. I do have a lot of issues. I mean, we're running, most of them are fixed. But if we look at the Clomper issues, I'm at 830. It's not bad for 6 years, is it? Not bad. Right, so network animator. We need to go through these bit by bit. Boilers, do you already have one? You don't have an animator. That's weird. Oh no, the boiler, right, okay. So this one might actually have animators on it. Or does it not? Because this is Tween is doing that. Maybe not. Okay, that one probably doesn't. Right, grabber. Grabber definitely needs it's got an animator on there, so it needs a network animator. Fine. Cool, that's obviously that one. Job done. Let's now test that I've done that right. Build and run. So what the network animator does is it makes sure that the animations are synchronized between all the different clients. Most of the decisions about when to animate is done by the host, and that's like the main person playing the game. And then the friends join, they're all the clients. They need to know the animations have happened too. And that's the job of the network animator. And I'm absolutely unsurprised that I missed this, because when I was testing that particular thing, I wasn't using a build, which is a bit naughty. But there we go. Okay, so if I go play and new on that one, what I'm going to do is before I join with the client, I'm going to get all my pipes in and I'm going to switch on. So the animation here, you're going to see two wheels popping up here. Oh, hello, Bernie. You all right, mate? You bet. Go and have a sit down, mate. Don't be hanging around down here. There we go. So you're going to see two bronze wheels pop out the floor when I turn this on. I hope. Okay. Two bronze wheels. Whee! Fantastic. Okay, so these are the wheels that allow us to move the claw around for the claw machine. And now if I join, I'm expecting to see these two wheels out of the floor. Fingers crossed. And the survey said, thanks to the hangout times, time for me to lurk and go cook, 1-1. Fantastic. So much good times on your stream. Thank you, 1-1. It's lovely to have you on board. Enjoy your nom-noms indeed. And yeah, and you will do your best because BitGamey has told you to. Okay, so I've joined and unfortunately the wheels are still in the floor. So a network animator is not the right solution. Okay. This is going to be a state thing then, is it? Let's see how I've done this then. If I haven't done it like that, then I must have done it in a different way. Let us undo that change. And I'm going to get status. It should be just that one. Yeah, we're just going to go get reset to the head. And that should now have undone that. Lovely. We're going to reload the scene. So, if I've not done it that way, then there must be, let's see how that is triggered. So when I'm switching things on, it'll be in the, let's have a look. I honestly don't remember how this bit works. It was a couple of months ago I did these animations. Could it be in station? No, let's go straight to the grabber. Let's go straight into the grabber, and there'll be an animator on here for sure. So on enable, network spawn. Oh, that might be a place to do it. Network spawn is the first thing that's called after the client has joined. So that might be a good place to check. Go up, go down. Or is it also in start possibly? So there's the animator. That'll be the animator. There's only one animator on here, so it's not doing it anymore. So let's find all the references to that. What's going with this? Okay. Switch on and off. That on, switch on and off. That's the event. Okay, there we go. Fine. And then break is switching it off. Repaired. Switching fine. Okay, that's all good. So that will be why. That'll be why it's not doing it. Okay. So what this means is that switch on and off is done when I reckon it's done at the station level. Yeah, it's overridden. Fine. But something will be calling this. So all of these different ones that get switched on and off, which is all the stuff that won't be working right now, they'll all be broken. This is the bit that switches it on and off. So, oh, okay. Okay, this is the bug right there. That one there. That one there. That's it. That'll be it. Fine. Okay. Oh, flummox. Okay. So when the system, when it connects, I can't even look at chat to pretend I can read out the chat while I think about this problem. Because I don't actually want it. I want it to be on if it is on chat. So I hope is on is a network variable that's synchronized. So I think that's it, and I think that's going to solve it for all of them. I think that's it. That's it. So when after a client has joined, this gets called. It sets up the events, and then it calls that one to make sure it's in the right state. But it wasn't. It was calling it false. It was doing false when really it should pass in that parameter. I think that's it. I think that's fixed it. I think it's fixed it. I'll be very impressed if it has. Build and run, build and run, build and run. Yes, we'll build and run in this one. I'm going to have to test this on the host because I want to make sure that things don't switch on when you just start a new game. When you start a new game, nothing should be on. So I need to make sure that that's the case. My goodness. Nearly 20 to 11. I've done lots this evening though. I've got through loads of bugs. See, all of the bugs are kind of this level. All the bugs that came off the playtest are all this kind of things that like, it's a bit naff. It's not great, is it? Get it fixed. But none of them are disastrous. I'm not sitting here trying to work out the most evil of all the bugs. So if I come into a new game, these should all be off. That's off. That's off. That one, no, it's over. That everything's off. Excellent. Okay, so I haven't ruined the host by doing this. Let's now get a client in. Or before we get the client in, let's get everything switched on. So that should be on. Let's also switch on the grabber if we've got enough power. Let's also switch on the periscope. This might not have enough power for all of this stuff. Yeah, that's now switched off because you need quite a lot of steam to get everything to run. So let's give it some. The usage of that boiler is, it's not being used because it's not being used. Oh, okay. I might not be able to turn everything on at the same time. That's fine. I don't want to blow anything up because that's a pain. Well, it's right. We can test these machines in turn. We'll do the con. We'll do the the con should be on anyway. That doesn't have animation. We'll check the periscope and we'll check the map, and then we'll turn those two off, and then we'll check the other one. We'll check the grabber. I do like my improvements, but they do make testing more tricky. So let's start up a new client and let's join in. This would be called a late joining client because it's joining when there's loads of stuff that's happened in the game already. So let's join in. This one is called Nice Rob, for the moment at least anyway. Cool. Oh, now the map is turned on. I'm standing on it, but it's correct. It's turned on. And there we go. The periscope is now on. Those two are correct. Now, I think because I've changed this in the base class, and I'm not a massive fan of inheritance, I'll be honest. Because I've changed in the base class, I think that means that it will work for all the machines that need this, which is lovely. We can also test it on using the grabber. Let's just turn that off. Right, oh, coming through here. Yes, now this is turned on. Okay, no, but that's early joining. That's not late joining. Let's try again. Okay, this time. So we're now a late joining client, so there's already state in the game. I'm going to join it, and it now when I have a look around at the grabber, I mean the player locations need to be sorted out in a big way. Yeah, it's on. It's on by default. Fantastic, because it's on the post. Oh, something is going to go bang in a moment. Which one of these is going to go bang? That's quite hot. That's quite hot, but okay. That's not hot. That's ridiculously hot. Okay, it's going to go bang. Calm down. Okay, the heat's coming down. Yeah, I don't want stuff blowing up just yet. Right, okay, let's shut this off. Shut that nonsense off. And now let's put the grinder on. And make sure this one works. Cool, okay. Here you get to see a whole bunch of the features of the game. And now I'm a late joining client. This is why multiplayer takes forever. It's just the worst. Okay, I'm going to join in. Lovely. And go. Come on in. Super. And that's on, which is super. Ooh. And this is running. Is everything... No, that's not running. We'll do that next. Oh, this is good. This is the masher down there. You wouldn't want to fall in there. Right. There's some more animation that needs to be done with all of this nonsense. But for the moment, I've just got to get a demo out. So I can't put everything in I want. Lovely. So this is all working. Super duper. Om nom nom. Feed me the scrap. Lovely. Okay. That's good. But these ones aren't running. There should be cogs under here that are turning, and they're not. Naughty. Naughty. Very naughty. That's next. Cool. That's that bug done then. Awesome. Let's see what files have changed. Just the station file. Perfect. So this bug, open close animations, not map periscope on late joining, and it's all of them. And it's 8:30. No, it's not. It's 10:43. So let's add this one in. Let's commit it. And the reason we're making this change is that late joining clients must have on off state correctly set. That sounds good. And this fixes 8:30. I hope that makes sense to me in the future, because I will have forgotten it. Goodbye. Goodbye, bug. You are done. Righty. Yeah. And we were going to look at body organs don't move. Body organs. I love that. It's one of my favourite things I've ever named anything. It's body organs. Sign myself because it's hilarious. Imagine that anyone else would be working on this. Right. Now, let's just double check that I've got this right. I think I have. I think I know what's going on here. It's just another one of those synchronization issues. Again. For the 200th time. Okay. Host on the left, client on the right. Let's kick off a new one. We'll load in some pipes. Oh, I've just picked up a bit of scrap. Never mind. Load in some pipes. Then we come over here. We hit play, join. Going to pop into the game. And now, if we look over on the host here, you'll see that, well, that's not working. What? I would expect there to be things moving. Why isn't that moving? Curious. If I change the boiler state, do they then move? Is this a Steam algorithm thing? Yeah, okay. So the gyroscope is now moving. Of course, hilariously slowly. Okay, so there's a Steam update thing. So is it now running? And when I say Steam, I mean my algorithm that moves the Steam around the Clomper, not the Steam API. Okay, so that one shouldn't be on. This one's off because it's actually connected through here to the grinder. It's actually part of this. So that's fine for that to be off. That's okay. This one should be moving. That one down there, that's the same one. This one, the gyroscope should be moving. That's not moving. And I think this should be yellow and not blue, because it changes colour. See, yeah, it's a sort of whitey yellowy colour. Righty. Okay, so these things need to be synchronised. But the funny thing is that I don't think they do need to be synchronised. I think what needs to happen is they need to be, all of these animations are all driven off. The speed of them are all driven off the whatever the boilers are doing. So if the boilers are running hot and running well, then all of these, they kind of speed up. And if you put all the boilers down low, so if I put all the boilers down to 1, that's like I've just gone along and turned all the heat, turn the handles down. See, that's moving a bit slower. And this is moving a bit slower. I can make it a bit more obvious if I go boiler 10. Now it's moving super fast. Now it's moving super slow. But it's not over here on the client though. It's not moving at all. Okay. That makes me sad. Let's find out. Let's find out. No. Let's kill that. Right. I'm going to have to leave this build window around somewhere because it's going to be useful. But stick it in there. I'm not used to putting it in there. That's a bit weird looking. It's fine. It's fine. It's all right, really. Okay. But what? Okay. Fine. So, moving on, we're going to see if we can fix this one. And I think there is all the files, because I arrange things using domain-driven design here. So it will be in Clomper's body in the organs, and then everything to do with the organs is all in the same place. So let's just pick one, because they all kind of work in the same way. Oh, here we go. That'll be why. Right. Okay. Okay. So the rotation, it goes and gets. Oh, that's the center rotation. Okay, so that should still work. So the speed should be the total steam pressure normalized. Well, that's probably not synchronized anymore. Well, that's why then. That's why I broke this. Okay, so this variable isn't synchronized. So if it's not synchronized, then none of the clients will know what that is. So that's annoying. But this is used places, isn't it? It's just used by organs. Used by steam reservoir, the heart, steam pressure algorithm. So it's set. It's set by the steam pressure algorithm. It's just nothing's synchronizing it. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? Should definitely do that. Right, so how do we synchronize things? We make things network variable afloat, and we are going to make it. We're going to make. Oh, actually, no, we're going to do something slightly different here. Oh yes, we're going to use a private property and make that synchronized. Total steam pressure normalized, and we're going to make this. No, it's not afloat, is it? Oh, that's just fatigue coming straight at me, that right there. Okay, well that was... I'm somewhat sceptical about how things like the automatic fill-in stuff. It makes me very sceptical, but that was fine. That was okay. So, that should have fixed it. What is it recommending I do now? What does it want me to do? Don't want to generate a constructor. No, you can't do that on this. That's not possible. No. 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 I'm not going to fix that with Copilot. Copilot doesn't know what it's doing. No way. No way, that won't work in Unity. It thinks it's running .NET Core. Unity can't do that sort of stuff. It's got to translate it into ILCPP. This is one of the problems that we've got with Unity at the moment, because they're kind of using really old technology. Modern Copilot goes, you can do this stuff. And if I was working at work and I'm using .NET Core, yeah, it would work. And it would be like, okay, you kind of, yeah, that's a good refactoring. I like that. You can't do that with Unity. It just doesn't work. Okay, let's pop into the old build menu over here. I wish I could collapse this. Don't want this to be so wide. Pop into the old build menu, kick it off, and let's have it build. I wish I could have chosen some stuff. I had some bugs that didn't require lots and lots of building the flipping thing, because, yeah, multiplayer play mode. But this should be all right. This is the thing that's synchronized. So that will be the same on the host and all the clients, and then that's what's being read by the clients. And I think it's just finished building. Still getting this VFX manager bug. Unity haven't managed to help me with that one yet. It doesn't seem to affect the game, so I'm going to live with it for the moment. It's on my fix list. It only seems to happen in the editor as well. It doesn't happen in the build. So it's quite odd. Right, play. New. This host is on the left, client on the right. And we're going to go load for our lovely big pipe network. And then stuff should be moving. Stuff not moving. Okay, that's a different bug. We can fix that in a moment. If I call the Steam algorithm there, then lovely. Now we got things moving. So the bug was if I join as a client, then it wasn't working. None of this, the stuff on the left wouldn't be moving on the right hand side. That was the bug. And it's now moving. I don't think that's moving at the same speed. Why aren't you moving at the same speed? What? Is this per boiler? I hope not. Because that would be... Oh, it's going bonkers now. Looks like it's per boiler. That's still going the wrong speed. So why is that going so fast? Bit what? What's that? What? Total produces length. Yeah. So it updates total, it sets the total 0, goes through each of the steam producers, which is the boilers, and it comes through, adds a total pressure, divides by the max pressure, adds it all together, and then value produces length. It's fine. What? What? Doesn't make any sense. Nothing else is talking to this. Yeah, it's just where it gets set. What? Maybe where it's being used is kind of odd. Okay, well let's look at the which is the one that would look really... That looked really funky. Let's see if... Oh, it's heating up in here. Let's not have it be quite so hot. Oh, I've just blown up a boiler. Oh, go on then. The rest of you are going to blow up. It's fine. Okay. Yeah. Which one blew up? Did I actually blow one up? Or is this another bug? Could be another bug. Well, certainly a boiler's blown up. But which one? Ooh. Or is it? Have I just... Oh, I haven't hallucinating. I think it must be this one. Ooh, that's weird. It blew up. Oh no, here's one. Here's the one that blew up. Is this broken on this side? Better be. Yeah, it's broken on that side. Oh, whew, the minute there, I thought I had a really nasty one. That could have been an evil bug, but it is not. That is just broken, and you can repair it and things. I'm not going to. I'm not going to for the moment. I'm going to have to start test again. Okay, let's have a look at each of the different things and see how weirdly off they might be. It's also a bit of a worry that, so if we come in here, this is total steam pressure normalized. So this is the right place for it in the steam pressure algorithm. So it sets it there, fine. And it sets it at the end of the update. But when the whole game loads, it needs to be able to update this. So And that's probably why. Because allow update our algorithm to run doesn't run when everything is. That really needs to always run. So that's probably the other bug. That's fine. Let's build it. Let's run it. Let's push it off a cliff. Push it off a cliff, dev. No one says that anymore. Push it off a cliff, dev. It's sad. The push it off a cliff, dev comes from the idea that mechanical engineers and integrated engineers think that they're much superior to software developers because their hard work doesn't survive being pushed off a cliff. You can't just give it a go and see what happens. Whereas in software, you can. You can give it a go, see what breaks, and then go back and fix it. If it means pushing a vehicle off a cliff, you can't do that twice. You've got to be right first time. And they're right to feel superior because they have a raft of problems that I don't have. Although having said that, every single person on the planet seems to be constantly trying to hack every single website that I run and own. I'm going to join. Go. Right, let's see what is going on here then. So now this should be turning. It's turning. Lovely. This should be turning for me. It's not turning on the host now. So it turns on the client, but not on the host. I think the host is doing something a bit funky. So it's not turning there either. It's like the Steam algorithm hasn't run. I can test that, but if I just put a pipe down that does nothing particularly. Oh yeah, there's steam coming out of there. That's weird, but still. There you go. Now the Steam algorithm has run. So it's like at the end of load, I actually do want it to run, but it's not at all. They are going at different speeds though. That is weird. It shouldn't do that. Why would it be going at a different speed? Okay. So update steam pressure. What we might do, if it is a server, so we do actually only want this running on the server. We don't want that running anywhere else. So that would actually be better placed back where I had it. Okay. But this, when it updates. Why is it updating there? That is weird. Oh, custom editor. Fine. That's an editor. That's an editor. Don't care. Is this when something is? Is this another editor? No, this is when something gets damaged. Then you update it. Fine. What else? Oh, where's my references gone? Let's put them down in here. Or put them somewhere in there. There we go. Right. What about this one? What's happening there? When something gets repaired. Fine. That's, you want to check your Steam. When someone moves a handle. Fine, fine, fine. No problems. That's all good. When... Oh, right. Okay, so this is... If it's not batch loading, because, yeah, you don't want to run the Steam algorithm every time it creates a pipe when it loads. That's correct. That's in the right place. That's a handle. That's a handle. That's URI. And this is the Steam. This is the serializer. So this is the time. So this is where the game is loaded, and it's loaded in a whole load of pipes, and then it wants the algorithm to run. But is it active? That's the question. Is it active at that point? Best thing to do, actually, in this case, is actually stick a breakpoint in, attach it to Unity. Let's kill these two games off here. Ooh, build errors ever? Really? Oh, I think I might have deleted that by accident. Oh, here we go. Now I can't type because it's late. Don't type when late, kids. It's bad for your health. Right. Okay, cool. I'm very keen to get this one finished before I hit the hay, though. That's happy. Okay, so we go back to where we put the breakpoint. So it will be... I think, actually, we stick it in there. That's the better place to run it. Well, we'll put it in both. So we've got these two places with these breakpoints. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so what I'm going to do is come in here. Ooh. Ooh. I think I know why. I think I know why it's different. Right, okay. Right. What I did was I used my load command, which just brings the pipes in. So if I press return at this point, the breakpoints won't get hit. We didn't hit either of those breakpoints. And that's because this is on the load, as if you go into like load game. And it doesn't run it there. What I'm doing is I'm using the load command, which is a kind of a horrible shortcut. It does call deserialize, interestingly. So I'm not sure why that... Oh, interesting. Right, well, that should have called that then. Oh, did I not attach it to Unity? Okay, I was wrong. That wasn't the reason. Dag nabbit. Never give up. Never surrender. Try again. Fortune doth favour the bold. Okay, let's try again. Oh, here we go. I've got loads of other nonsense breakpoints in, have I? Fine. That was a thing I was fixing the other day. Can I go back to my other file, please? There we go. Cool, here we are. So if I hit load, that should go off to the... here we go. Now in the serializer, everything's fine. Sets up that lot. Grabs a whole load of pipes, which we don't care about. We just want to run onto here. There's a good little tip here. We're going to run to cursor. Run to cursor. Boop. And it runs through all those other commands and gets down to where I had the cursor there. I'm going to step into here. And this point, the Clomper should be set up. Yeah, the Clomper's up. Right. And it will create the steam pressure algorithm if it doesn't exist, which it does. And then it returns it. So that's called lazy loading, that little thing there. And it lazy loads that. Fantastic. And now we've stepped in onto the file on the left. Everything on the right is fine. We're happy with that. Now, is this... That's active. Allows the algorithm, and it is server. Okay. So why update this total steam pressure normalized? What? So that should have updated that. Updates that value. And then all the things like the gyro. Update speed. Oh, okay. Is this being called before? Maybe it's just the order in which these things are called. I think that might be why. Is that what it do? Okay. Might be. Okay, so we might have just worked out why this is. So if I just... This is the point where we set the value. And then this is the point. So we don't actually need... We can put this up here. We can put it up towards the top. We don't need to do this at the end. Okay. So I'm expecting us to hit with this one, this gyro. I'm expecting to hit this one next. So hit F5. Okay. So it's going to get it before it's actually been set. So if we step on, if we step out of that last one, Steam updated. Oh, hello. We've stepped into the world of... it's into Unity. Don't worry about that. Ignore that. It's fine. It's fine. Where's my Steam algorithm? Where's the other bit? There we go. If you hit F5, and then it sets the value. It's just in the wrong order. So what we need to do is we need to apply steam pressure to consumers. I don't think it was in there, is it? After that, I think, and then on Steam updated, that's the thing that hits the event. It's just the wrong order. Oh my goodness me. Please, please, for the sake of me ever going to bed, please let that be it. Sure it is. I'm sure it is. How's everyone doing out there? Everyone well? This is going rather well. haven't found anything too evil. Found a few extra ones. Nothing is on fire. I'm staring down the barrel of giving this out to the general public to test, which is terrifying in a sense. It's not my first rodeo though. It really isn't. But I am the bull. So okay, so we're cool. We're in here. That's set up beautifully. That's now running, even though I've just hit load. That's what we wanted. We're going to join it. Tuba tuba, and then come in here. This should be spinning for us, but not spinning as fast. Why would it spin differently? That's the question. Why would I mean, this isn't the gyro, but it is the same problem. We're looking at the what governor. 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 We're looking at the governor. Is the thing that we're looking at the moment. So that is taking the speed to, delta time. Yeah, that should be right. When does that get called? That gets called whenever the Steam update. Yeah, whenever the Steam algorithm's updated, then it sets it to something reasonable. That's all right. And then this stuff here, that's just the axles change. Speed, this is the thing that's important. What? So why are those different? Why is that much slower? So that is very strange. So if I increase this one, I mean, this is not going to keep me awake at night or anything. So the host is running much slower. Of all things, I'd expect it the other way. So if I wang it up a bit, now arguably that looks similar enough to not upset me. Whether they're exactly the same, I don't know. We could put some telemetry out to see if they were, but I'm just reducing the steam to make things go really slow. There we go. Now they're working the same. Right, that's weird. That's okay. Let's just check some of the other bits. The other bits that we've got moving around. Yeah, those look like they're going about the same speed. How about the gyro? I need to just... These are too difficult to see. I think this mesh here, this lattice, while I like it, I think it's a bit too thick. Makes it very difficult to see the stuff that's underneath it. Right. Yeah, I'm not worried about them actually looking a bit different, as long as they're going roughly the same speed. Right, and then the steam reservoir is the last thing. Lovely. Let's now use, over on this one, if we set the boilers to 100, not in capitals though, because my console won't handle that. Boiler 100. Ooh, boiler 10. Boiler 10. Oh, here we go. It's moaning at me now. Oh, stuff's exploding. Yeah, it's the right colour though, so that's okay. Oh yeah, it's all going bang. Well, it's working. It's fine, that's what we wanted. E to start repair, we just... it's all gone very wrong. If you run your Clomper this hot, you can expect it to be going bang. The dev console is because I put in 100, not 10. That was my fault. Cool. I think I'm just going to give it one more test run. But I think that largely works now. One last quick go. And we'll get this all tidied up. Oh, what a lot of progress. So always easy to get progress in when you're being watched. Lovely. So, oh, why can't I move? What was that? Is there something invisible there? No, that might just be me. Or it might be my machine lagging and overheating. That could be it. Okay. just going to mess with that one boiler, and that would force the algorithm to work again. So I'm going to join in. Cool. And if I look over there, yeah, they are running at different speeds. That's so weird. It's almost like when the steam pressure algorithm's running, it sort of clears it, but it doesn't do it all. It's like doing only some of them. So for that to be a different speed, it would mean that the total potential pressure on that boiler hasn't actually been set, which means that the parent handle, well, I don't really like that. The pressure on there hasn't been set. So if the pressure on there hasn't been set, it's a bit like this state index hasn't been set. Which could that be true though? That could be true. That could be correct. If this hasn't actually been set correctly, you will get different. It hasn't been synchronized. It's almost like the steam pressure algorithm. No, it should be right. Well, okay. So at what point does it synchronize all of those? That's a problem for another day, but I think largely this bug is fixed. I'm not too worried about. There is nothing sort of game breaking about these running at different speeds to start with, and I don't think you will notice them particularly, as long as they're indicative, because that's just the way that I'm loading it in there is slightly artificial. So I think it would be fine. I mean, if they actually go berserk, then that is a problem. I'll deal with that. But now that one is running really very fast, and that one isn't. Yeah, I do feel like the states of these handles haven't been updated. Oh look, I can make the toast run really fast there. What is going on there? That was really weird. But again, not too fussed, as long as they're about the same. Yeah, looks like the client's faster. Yeah, that's probably going to bug me, so I might come back to that. But largely, the desync problem has been fixed. That's for certain. I think the issue is that it's relying upon this state index to create the total potential pressure, and I need to get that out onto the screen so I can see what it is. That would be the way to do it. That would absolutely be the way to do it. Total potential, that's for one boiler. We want it in a steam algorithm really. So we'd need to put some logging in here, some neat logging. I think that's the best way to do that. Cool, so what we'll do is I won't close this one off because I'm going to come back to it. I'm a bit worried that what we're seeing is actually a symptom of a bigger issue, and that's a worry. So what's the number that we're working on at the moment is 831. Get synchronized total steam pressure on algo for body organs. For but not fixes 831. Cool. Now, next thing I'm going to do is leave myself a comment. This is another top productivity tip. If, like me, you are working a day job and you've got a family and then you're getting your game dev in and around stuff, then whenever you come to the end of a session, the best thing to do is just make a note of what's next and make it really obvious to you, or leave yourself the next task to be really easy. Like today, I knew that I had some really easy tasks to start off with, which was great. So for this one, I'm going to say that I'm going to tell myself exactly what I need to do. So the body organs do not have the same speed on client and server. Oh, client and host, it's not server. They should. This might be something to do with the boiler handles synchronizing. So, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell myself what to do. You need debug information for total steam pressure and producer steam pressure. And I think I'm going to ask myself to make a custom editor for that. So a custom editor would be like a little window that I can create in Unity that is specifically for getting these values out. Cool. So I'm going to comment that on there, and I know that when I come back next time, well, because it's probably going to be tomorrow night that I'm going to be having a go at this, I'm going to come in here and I'll say, well, this is the thing that I'm working on. I'll come and look at this. I'll find my comment, and then when I'm exhausted at the end of the day and tired and I've had my head crushed by an 8-year-old, I know that I've already done the thinking, so I can get started on something. And as soon as you get started on something, it's a lot easier to keep going. So I think that's going to be it for today. I don't know what we're going to do is for the YouTube peeps, thank you very much for joining in. But I'm going to now raid on Twitch. So it's a bit weird for the YouTube peeps because YouTube hasn't quite caught up with this. But I'm going to raid another channel. Let's see who have we got going on at the moment. I'm going to check the people that I follow because I follow quite a lot of awesome. Oh, fuck. Well, I think it's going to have to be Manisha. So thank you so much to everyone for coming onto the stream today. We got loads of things done. We fixed all sorts of stuff down here in the yeah. So we did the open close animations, working the red needle, moving on the con, and we sped up the delete pipe particles. And I got a long way through this body organs not moving thing. I think I half fixed that one. So yeah, I'd say that was a huge success. Thank you all for being on board. We're now going to raid the amazing Manisha, frankly. And yeah, I hope you've had as much fun as I have. And I shall be back soon for another stream. Not sure when, but soon. Okay, so let's start the raid. Let's start the raid. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.